Hi there, Melissa. Ben from BE Health Studios. Hope you're well. Melissa, it was cracking to meet you the other day, and yeah, it was good to go through your story. I know it's not been an easy road, um, but I'm confident from talking to you that I can kind of see what went well with that physiotherapist. I can see what we don't need to do, and I can use my experience to make sure that we're able to, well, just give you some momentum and give you some consistency so you can at least start to see some little early changes so we can then push you on to see what your real potential is versus feeling like you're stuck in a bit of a rut. So the the product that I've chosen for you is product number one, and this is half an hour personal training with myself and twice a week. Now this allows us to get you moving. It's not too long, so you're not getting worn out. And it means that I can start to build some momentum with your training just based on accountability and making sure that we're pushing you enough, but we're not overdoing it so things don't flare up the way we don't want them to. Secondly, I think this is going to be the best product for us as far as I've got just about enough time there to move you around, but we can also start talking through the nutrition side of things as well. Now, a lot of the nutrition stuff with the half an hour personal training is done like this over the phone. So it means that I can also hold you accountable throughout the week. So I will be going through just the basics of the nutrition with you through our messaging and through like WhatsApp video and that kind of stuff, because I can then make sure you're eating enough. I can make sure your meal timing is correct. I can make sure the types of food that you're eating aren't causing any inflammation and aren't making your body unnecessarily tired, more than it already is. And finally, we can also make sure that you are learning and you are confident with what it's going to take to, well, just be the best version of you, which is a really important thing because we've got to work out an achievable goal. So you can come away from the first month of this and go, yeah, this is working because I understand what the best version or the best case scenario is that we can come out of this. Because we're not going to work miracles, but we certainly can get you to feel a little bit better. So we used a piece of equipment called a success map with this, which is just a spreadsheet. But the reason it's clever is it acts as a little bit of a safety net. So if you feel things aren't going right, we use the success map to watch your progress with, like I said, how much you're eating, the timing of when you're eating, and I mean making sure you're eating right so your digestion works to the best of its ability. And then finally, it does give us a bit of planning and routine, which is very important with our nutrition. Now, I've got to stress, it's not a exact science. I'm not going to say eat breakfast at 9 o'clock, and if you eat breakfast at 9:01, you've ruined the whole thing. It's quite the opposite of that. It's just something I've used over the time with clients that make sure that we don't spiral into this kind of out of control eating pattern that is a quick route to grabbing a takeaway because it's inconvenient and this kind of stuff. So that's one of the things we do with the nutrition. Exercise wise, you are going to get me and you training one-on-one twice a week, and we create a program from that. Also, you will get some home movement patterns. So I'll try to get you to keep regularly stretching out at home just to make sure your body's at the most stretched and flexible it can be. And then finally, there'll also in the future be a gym plan for you to follow. So, if we get this right, we can get you moving 4 to 5 times a week and you'll be supported every step of the way. Now, just remember, as I said when I met you and your family the other day, you can't be in the gym by yourself. So there'll always be someone there with you. Obviously, in our personal training sessions, you'll be with me as well. So there's no reason we can't get you doing something at least twice, maybe 3 times a week. Finally, the last thing that I wanted to tell you about is we will be using a sleep chart as well. You mentioned that you've got your Fitbit, paying attention to simple things like how often you walk, what your resting heart rate is. This kind of stuff is a really good way of, again, just like with the success map, keep you on track for what really does work. So we'll be working through that as well. If everything makes sense to you, Melissa, and you're ready to go, ride this momentum, click on option 1, book all your appointments in for this month if you can, and try to keep them towards the same time. Now, I know, if your shifts change, that might not be easy, but try to get at least 4 to 5 appointments in, because that then allows us to plan ahead. Hope that helps. Ben from BU, signing out.